Hello, my name is Battalion Chief Ron Jablonski with the Amsterdam Fire Department, and I want to talk to you today about fire extinguishers and how to use them, give you a quick demonstration. First thing I want to say is the don'ts. The things I don't want to see is fire extinguishers at home that are mounted. Maybe common sense would say mount it near the cooking, your stove, your oven. Well, I'd rather see you mount it near the door. This way, if there ever is an emergency, you can go to the door and get it. When you use it, you always have the door to your back, so you can always get out of that situation if you need to. If it's right by the stove, all of a sudden the fire grows, you have to go there to get it. You either can't get to it, or if you do get to it, and then you become trapped because the fire is around you. That's number one. Number two, when you do use it, always keep yourself between the fire and the doorway. This way, if things do go bad, you can always stop what you're doing, back out, get out of the house. Number three, when do we use it? Fire extinguishers for home, for at work. We basically like to tell you the size of the fire should be, we call it a trash can fire. Something that size, a small fire. It doesn't have to be a trash can, it could be anything, but small enough that you can use it with this extinguisher. If it's a whole kitchen, drapes on fire, cupboards on fire, okay, that's when you need to get out of the house, call 911. But if it's a small, say a trash can size fire, you can use the extinguisher. If things do not get extinguished, you drop what you're doing, you get out of the house, you call 911. I would also call 911 even after the fire's out. We can come in, we can check. We have thermal imaging cameras, we can check, make sure there is no extension from that fire. So, when we're using a fire extinguisher, the easy way to remember how to use it is the acronym PASS. PASS stands for pull, which is pull the pin, aim, which is aim the nozzle of the extinguisher, squeeze is squeeze the handle, and sweep, and you're gonna sweep, do a sweeping motion at the base of the fire. Okay, so here's how we use it. Here's the extinguisher. Here's the fire. Grab it. P for pull. We pull the pin. A is for aim. We aim the nozzle. S is for squeeze. We squeeze, and then we sweep at the base of the fire. And while we're on the topic of extinguishers, I would really like to talk about grease fires in general in kitchens. Things we do and don't want to do. Basically, if you're cooking, you have grease, you have oil, that oil's getting too hot, it will start on fire. If that oil did catch on fire, what we don't want to do, and I'm sure you've heard it a million times, but you never put water on it, right? But in the heat of the moment, an emergency, you might get scared, you might grab a pot of water, you throw it on here. First of all, not a good thing to do. I'll tell you why in a moment. But what I will tell you you should do is quickly grab a lid, smother the fire, back away, call the fire department, call 911, okay? This will probably do it. 9 times out of 10, this will smother the fire, put the fire out, shut the oven off, shut the stove off, and walk away. Now, real quick, I know it doesn't make sense. Jeez, water puts out fire, we all know that. Well, let me tell you why we never put it on a grease fire, if this makes sense to you. So you got a pan of oil. That oil gets super hot. What do we know about oil and water? We know they don't mix. So if you see an oil sheen in a wet parking lot, you know that's because that oil is floating on top of the water. I'm sorry, yes, oil is floating on top of the water. So if this oil's on fire and I want to put it out, I throw water on it. Where's the water go? Straight to the bottom, through the oil to the bottom of the pan. That pan is super hot. What happens to that water when it hits that? What does water do when it gets super hot? It turns to steam, correct? It boils, turns to steam. What's it do as it turns to steam? It expands, it gets huge. So that water rapidly goes to the bottom of that pan, hits that super hot pan, expands, then you have oil fire all over the kitchen. This is why we never put water on an oil fire. Okay, so basically with all that being said, hopefully you never have a fire, you never have to use it. But if you do, hopefully this helps you. You know how, when, where, and don't forget, call 911, be fire safe. Thank you.